Good evening, troops. So it's Chris here. I'm going to be talking about job interviews today. I said I was going to be a bit career orientated this week, given that I've just come back to work myself, working on an oil rig. Not long started this job actually, so I had a job interview myself a couple of months ago. So back in the bunk bed for 3 weeks. I know that a lot of people have just finished school, got their exams, results, finished college or university. There'll be a lot of job interviews coming up after the summer, or very soon. So it's important to be ready for these. So I'm going to start with my number one, first top tip for job interviews. For me is confidence. People like confident people. You come across as strong-minded, know what you're talking about, but there's a fine line between being confident and being cocky. Now, this doesn't mean you lie and pretend you know how to do something when you don't, because you'll get found out. But you can be confident in ways like you're confident that you'll learn how to do it quickly. You're confident in yourself, you're confident in your abilities that you do have, and that comes across. So yeah, confidence, number one. Second one, I think is very, very important, is to be prepared. Now that can involve quite a lot. I mean, being prepared, I would say advice is to research the company that you're going to be working for. Find out a bit about them, find out what they've got coming up in the future, find out interesting facts about them. It looks good for the interviewers, that you know what you're talking about when it comes to the company. You can get excited about projects they potentially have coming up. So being prepared also. You know, I like a drink as much as the next person, but if you've got an important interview the next day, maybe don't go to the pub the night before. Be nice and fresh, nice shower in the morning, maybe even hit the gym or even do some push-ups, just, you know, get your mind and your body going. If you're into meditation, maybe do a bit of meditating before it, so you're nice and fresh, your mind's good to go, prepared. So third one, I think it's important to come across as a passionate person. So you're passionate about life. You're just a passionate person. So, I mean, you might only just be going for an interview stacking shelves in Tesco's, but you show that you're passionate about what you do. Everything you do, you want to do the job to its best, your best ability. So, I mean, you want to come across as the sort of person who's not going to be like, oh, just stacking shelves in Tesco's, you know. You want to come across as a person that's going to stack the best shelves in that Tesco's. Your shelves are going to be the best. Like, people are going to notice your shelves are stacked by you. And why not? Because you're there to do a job. You may as well do it to the best of your ability. So my fourth one is, I think it's important to show it, bring a positive to a negative situation. So I'll give you an example of that. I recently got asked in my interview, so to tell the guys something that I can improve on. So maybe a sort of negative aspect about myself, something that I need work on. So I thought about it for a second, and then I turned and I said, well, I'm especially anal about cleaning up after a task, cleaning up after a job. It has to be spotless, it has to be clean, and sometimes it takes too long to do that, and it can impact the next task. So, I mean, you've got to give them something in that situation. You've got to, but you may as well turn it into a bit. I mean, it's good to clean up after a task. The job's not finished until it's cleaned up. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's a positive answering a negative. You know, have something like that up your sleeve in case they bring a negative up. And number 5, it's good to show that you're a good learner and that you're interested in progressing between inside the company. So learning and progression. They want to see that you, again, this goes back to being prepared and researching about the company. They want to see that you don't want to just stack shelves. You want to stack shelves for a while, learn about the store. You want to maybe climb a ladder. You want to potentially be a manager one day. You're always learning. You're always learning about your job. You're always learning about your environment. You're always learning about the people around you, the people you work with, and you're progressing when you're learning. So for me, that's 5 very important things to consider, and maybe sit down and take some time before your big interview. So number 1, confidence. Be confident, smile, be chatty, enthusiastic. Number 2, be prepared, be punctual, research about the company, have answers ready for what you think they may ask. Be passionate, show you're a passionate person, passionate about your work. Number 4, negative with a positive. Positive and negative. Have some of that in your head, ready to go. And number 5, learning and progressing, so that you're the sort of person who's always learning, always keen to progress. And I'm sure you'll smash your interview. So I'm gonna head off and get to my bed after a long 12-hour shift. So I will be back talking more about careers over the weekend. But yeah, I hope this helps, and anyone who's used this and been for the interview, please let me know how you get on. Cheers, bye-bye.